The freight I shouldn't have touched. It all started with an email I should have ignored. A job listing, promising solid pay for logging and moving cargo, work I knew well. I'd been let go from my warehouse job in Boise, Idaho, and the part-time gig at a convenience store barely covered rent. So when an offer from a company called Silver Strand Logistics popped into my inbox, I didn't think twice. The name was unfamiliar, but the salary was 3 times my old pay. Desperate, I applied, expecting a long wait. Instead, my phone pinged that afternoon with an interview invite for the next day. The address pointed to a remote industrial park outside Pocatello. The building was a gray, windowless block with a small SS placard by the entrance. Only a few cars dotted the lot, strange for mid-morning. I arrived early, but as I neared the door, a wave of dizziness hit me, like the air was thick with something off. Before I could knock, the door buzzed open. "You're the applicant?" A lanky man in a charcoal jumpsuit stood inside, his voice sharp. "Punctuality's a start. Follow me." I introduced myself, Nathan Cole, but he didn't respond, just turned and led me inside. The warehouse was unnervingly still. No clatter of forklifts, no workers. Just rows of black shipping containers and wooden crates under flickering lights. The silence felt heavy, swallowing my footsteps. "Where's everyone?" I asked. "Shift change," he said without turning. "You'll work nights. Fewer interruptions." We reached a small office where a woman sat behind a metal desk, her dark hair in a severe bun. The nameplate read, "Silver Strand Supervisor Clara Vance." She didn't look up from her paperwork. "New guy?" she asked. "Night shift," the man confirmed before disappearing. "Sit," Clara said, her eyes finally meeting mine, cold, like she was evaluating a machine, not a person. I started to speak, but she cut me off. "I know your name, Nathan. Here's the deal, you start at 11 p.m. You load, unload, and log. You don't ask about the cargo. You don't open anything. Ever." Her tone threw me. "What kind of specialized goods for premium clients?" she interrupted. "Discretion's why the pay's high. Break that, and you're gone. Clear?" I nodded, thinking of my empty bank account. She slid a thick confidentiality agreement across the desk. My gut screamed something was wrong. Don't ask about the cargo, but I signed. Clara stood. Quick tour. The warehouse was vast, zoned with colored tape, inbound, outbound, staging, processing. Black containers lined the aisles, each with a barcode, no labels. I pointed at one. "What's?" Clara's glare stopped me. "Already forgetting?" "Sorry," I mumbled. My eyes caught a steel door with a keypad, signs reading "Authorized Personnel Only" and "Climate Control Active." Curiosity slipped out. "What's that?" "Storage," Clara said, her voice flat but her shoulders stiff. She faced me, eyes hard. "Listen, because I won't say this twice. These aren't suggestions, they're rules. Break them, you're out. No warnings." I nodded, the warehouse's silence pressing in. Rule 1, never open containers. Doesn't matter what you hear or see. If something's open, call me. Rule 2, all freight must be processed by shift's end. No excuses. Rule 3, no radio unless critical, equipment sensitive. Rule 4, don't touch climate controls, even if it's freezing. The goods need specific conditions. Rule 5, at 4 a.m., an alarm sounds. Drop everything and exit for 15 minutes. Exactly 15. If you're inside after, I can't guarantee your safety. Her words chilled me. Why? System checks, she said, stepping closer. Stay outside, or you're at risk. Got it? Got it, I said, swallowing hard. Rule 6, spot an intruder, detain them or call me. We're legitimate, licensed, owned property. Trespassers aren't welcome. She led me to a workstation with a computer, scanner, and a charcoal uniform marked SS. You'll work alone most nights, Clara said. Shift starts tonight. Don't be late. As she left, I noticed a dark stain on the concrete near a container, like someone had tried to clean it. One more thing, Clara called. Avoid containers with silver tags. Those are priority for Ms. Drace herself. I handle them unless it's critical. I headed home, the uniform stiff in my hands, and tried to sleep. But the rules, the silence, the stain, they haunted me. By 10:45 p.m., I was back, the warehouse looming under dim streetlights. At my station, a new manifest waited. As I scanned it, a hand tapped my shoulder, nearly making me drop the tablet. New guy? A woman in her late 40s stood behind me, gray hair in a tight ponytail, her eyes shadowed with fatigue. She wore a jumpsuit and steel-toed boots. I'm Faye. Inventory lead. Nathan, I said, heart racing. She nodded. Uniform's right. Last guy wore sneakers. Didn't last a week. What happened to him? Faye's expression hardened. Clara gave you the rules? Yeah. Follow them. I've been here 8 years. There's a reason. She handed me a tablet. Truck's coming. Unload, scan, sort. Tonight's light, 2 shipments. Pay attention, you'll be solo soon. I checked the manifest, alphanumeric codes, no details. What are we moving? Faye sighed. What did Clara say about questions? Don't ask. Exactly. Curiosity's trouble here. A buzzer sounded. Truck's here. Follow me. The truck was matte black, no logos or plates. Faye entered a code, and the doors opened, revealing a darkness that seemed to swallow light. Stand back, she said. A platform extended, and 3 sleek containers slid out, black, seamless, with digital displays. 2 read 22 degrees Celsius, one was minus 12 degrees Celsius. Cold storage for that one, Faye said, pointing to the coldest. I'll handle it. Log the others. As I scanned the first container, a buzzing filled my ears, like a swarm of bees inside my skull. I froze, hearing faint scratching from within. Problem? Faye called. Nothing, I lied, scanning quickly. The tablet updated, and we moved the containers to Zone D. The buzzing persisted, but Faye didn't react. When the 4 a.m. alarm hits, she said abruptly, be first out the door. Don't linger, don't look back. Why? Some things stick with you, she said, her voice flat. Keep your head down, and you'll be fine. The intercom crackled. Faye, second truck's early, Clara's voice snapped. Receiving. Finish logging these, Faye said. Meet me at the dock. Alone, I stared at the containers. The manifest read, display units, fragile, temp sensitive. My hand hovered over one, the scratching louder. I wanted to look, but the rules stopped me. Clara's voice on the intercom broke my trance. Nathan, move it. The next truck was standard, metal crates, labeled for retail. I relaxed, moving them with the forklift. Hours passed, and then the 4 a.m. alarm blared. I sprinted for the exit, joining Faye and a few others outside. No one spoke or looked at the building. Faye lit a cigarette, her hand steady. A strange sound came from inside, mechanical, yet organic, like a pained groan. I started to turn, but Faye grabbed my arm. Don't. The sound grew, joined by a scream that cut off abruptly. Silence followed. 1 minute, Faye called. We lined up, re-entering as if nothing had happened. Back at my station, I noticed a fine white powder trailing from the restricted door and a dark stain near a container. The shift ended at 6 a.m. Faye grabbed her bag. "First night's tough. You did okay." "I need answers," I whispered. "Those sounds, the containers." "Not here," she cut off, glancing at a camera. "Meet me at the diner on Highway 30. 1 hour." At the diner, Faye sat in a corner booth, coffee in hand. "You came," she said. "Wasn't sure." "What's happening at Silver Strand?" I asked, voice low. "You didn't hear anything," she said sharply. "Except the official line, system maintenance. Knowing more makes it worse." "That's not enough," I pressed. Something was moving in those containers. She gripped my wrist, her voice a hiss. "I've seen things you wouldn't believe. Talking about it gets you noticed." "The police?" "They're involved. Silver Strand has connections, city officials, law enforcement. You can't fight this." "What about the last guy?" Faye's eyes darkened. "Evan. Took photos. 2 days later, his apartment was empty. Gone. Like he never existed." She leaned back. "Quit if you want, but they'll know why. Keep your head down, or you're next." She left me stunned. I barely slept, but I returned for my second shift, too scared to skip it. Alone, I faced a heavier workload, 4 trucks, no help. The first carried normal crates, but the second was another black truck. The forklift failed as I approached, lurching and crashing. Clara appeared, furious. "Interference," she muttered, checking the machine. "Near any silver-tagged containers?" "No," I said. She cursed. "Manual handling. Move them to cold storage." Alone, I wheeled the containers. One vibrated, another leaked amber fluid that hissed on the concrete. A thud came from inside, then frantic banging. I froze, horrified, but the cameras loomed. I called Clara on the intercom, but static answered. A keening wail came from the second container. A siren blared, red lights flashing. Clara and 2 hazmat-suited men appeared, spraying a white substance that hardened the fluid. "Decontamination!" Clara shouted, dragging me away. In her office, she offered whiskey. "Temperature failure," she said. "You did okay." Outside, I saw Faye arriving. Before I could speak, a woman tapped my car window, a gun in her hand. "Get out," she said, trembling. "You're helping me find my brother." Her name was Tessa, and her brother, Caleb, had vanished after 3 months at Silver Strand. "His car's still here," she said, showing a photo of Caleb, with a wolf tattoo on his forearm. "He was terrified of this place." "You don't understand," I whispered. "This place isn't safe." "I don't care," she said, pressing the gun to my back. We approached the entrance, but Faye appeared, cigarette in hand. "Drop it," she said calmly. Tessa wavered. "Caleb's gone. He worked here." Faye's eyes softened. "I knew Caleb. He broke protocol during maintenance." "What happened?" Tessa screamed. Before Faye could answer, a massive man, Gideon Holt, security chief, tackled Tessa, disarming her. "Trespasser," Faye said. "Took us hostage." "Go home," Gideon told me. "Authorities are handling it." Tessa's pleas echoed as I left, guilt gnawing at me. At noon, Faye texted, 7-Eleven on Cedar. 20 minutes. Come alone. In her car, Faye looked exhausted. "Tessa's gone," she said. "Like Caleb." "What are they doing?" I asked. "Silver Strand isn't just logistics," she whispered. "They call it the Loom's art. They build things. I saw inside a container once. Parts, some alive. Alive? She nodded. They ship them between facilities. Cold keeps them dormant. Warm them up, they move. We have to tell someone. They've got connections, Faye said. Police, officials. You'd disappear. She pushed me out. Forget this. Survive. That night, alone at the dock, I saw another black truck. I moved a container to a camera-blind spot, hands shaking. I opened it, revealing a woman suspended in amber fluid, her body fused with mechanical parts. Her eyes snapped open, tracking me. I slammed the lid shut, horrified. In cold storage, I found a restricted section. One container's lid was ajar, a hand with a wolf tattoo protruding. Tessa. Her eyes opened, pleading silently. I couldn't free her, Clara's voice interrupted, calling me to Bay C. An ornate truck waited, carrying a silver container. Ms. Drace, a gaunt woman, emerged. Nathan, she said, her voice chilling. You've been curious. She showed me the container's contents, a half-formed figure, part human, part construct. We craft perfection, she said. You'll contribute. The figure lunged, injecting me with amber fluid. As I collapsed, Faye appeared, injecting adrenaline. 4 minutes to maintenance, she said, dragging me out. Mannequins emerged as the alarm sounded, their buzzing unbearable. We ran, but crates collapsed, blocking the exit. I hit the intercom, disrupting their movements. We stole a truck, crashing through the fence, leaving chaos behind. At dawn, Faye gave me cash and vanished. I've been hiding in a motel in Twin Falls, but last night, a package arrived. Inside was preserved skin with a wolf tattoo, Tessa's. A note read. Dear Nathan. The Loom's art cherishes its assets. Tessa has woven a fine thread. We'll meet again soon. Yours. LD. They're watching. I can't escape. But I won't let them win. I'll find a way to stop them, or vanish trying. Part 2, The Second Shift. The diner conversation with Faye left me rattled, but I had no choice but to return to Silver Strand for my second shift. The weight of her warnings pressed down on me as I drove back to the warehouse, the Pocatello skyline fading into the dusk. My knuckles were white on the steering wheel, and I forced myself to breathe deeply, trying to quell the panic rising in my chest. Whatever was happening at Silver Strand, I needed to stay sharp to survive it. The parking lot was sparse again, but I spotted Faye's weathered pickup truck, a small relief. At least I wouldn't be alone tonight. Inside, the warehouse was as silent as ever, the air thick with that same unsettling stillness. I found Faye at her station, her fingers moving swiftly over her tablet as she checked manifests. You look rough, she said without looking up. Barely slept, I admitted, keeping my voice low. Not after yesterday. Faye's fingers paused, her eyes flicking to the security camera in the corner. What about yesterday? Someone didn't make it out during maintenance, I whispered, stepping closer. I heard a scream. Everyone heard it, but no one said anything after. Her shoulders tensed, but her expression remained neutral. Accidents happen. People get careless. That wasn't an accident, I hissed. Something happened during maintenance. Faye slammed her tablet down, her eyes cold. Keep your voice down. You want to be next. Her words hit like a slap. We stood in tense silence until she sighed, rubbing her temples. Look, you're not wrong. But talking won't help. Do your job and stay alive. How can you stay so calm? I demanded. People are vanishing, Faye. What if you slip up? You think I don't know that? Her voice cracked, a rare glimpse of vulnerability. 8 years, Nathan. I've seen things. She stopped, her face hardening. "We've got shipments coming. Get your head in the game, or run and see how far you get." She turned toward the receiving dock. I wanted to push for answers, but her warning sank in. For now, I had to focus on surviving the night. The first truck backed into the bay, and Faye punched in the code. The doors opened, revealing wooden crates, normal, labeled for retail. I exhaled, grateful for something mundane. "Regular shipment," Faye muttered, sounding relieved. "Grab the scanner." We worked in silence for an hour, moving crates with the now-repaired forklift. I fell into the rhythm: scan, lift, move, repeat, almost forgetting the horrors of the previous night. During a brief pause, I tried again. "How'd you end up here?" 8 years is a long time." Faye glanced at me, weighing her response. "Needed the money," she said finally. "My brother was in an accident, hospital bills piled up. Silver Strand paid better than anywhere else, no questions asked. By the time he passed, I was too deep to leave." "I'm sorry," I said quietly. She nodded, adjusting her gloves, a nervous tic I'd noticed. "Second truck's due. Check the manifests." The intercom crackled. "Faye, my office. Now." Clara's voice sounded strained. Faye froze, her shoulders stiffening. She gave me an unreadable look before heading to the administrative section. Alone, I continued processing the shipment, unease growing. 20 minutes passed with no sign of Faye. The second truck arrived, and I faced it solo, mimicking Faye's protocol. I entered the code, and the doors opened. A hot, musty smell hit me, unusual for the normally frigid trucks. A clattering noise suggested a broken cooling unit. Inside were 2 black containers, their displays reading +8 degrees Celsius and +11 degrees Celsius, far too warm. Something was wrong. I hesitated, remembering Faye's warning about faulty containers. I considered calling Clara, but she was with Faye. The acrid smell from the first container, chemical and organic, made my eyes water. As I moved it onto the dolly, a trickle of amber fluid leaked from a seam, hissing on the concrete. The smell intensified, burning my throat. Then, a gurgling thud came from inside, followed by frantic banging. Something was trapped, clawing to escape. I froze, the container convulsing with the movement. Panic surged, urging me to open it, but the cameras stopped me. I ran to the nearest intercom. "Clara, Faye. Baby, containers leaking, something's moving." Static. The banging grew quieter, but the amber fluid pooled, discoloring the floor. A wail came from the second container, its display flashing, "Error." The lights dimmed, then flared. The intercom crackled with a robotic voice: "Containment breach in Sector 2. Protocols initiated." A siren screamed, red lights pulsing. Clara appeared with 2 hazmat-suited men, spraying a crystalline substance that hardened the fluid. "Decontamination!" Clara shouted, pulling me away. In her office, she handed me whiskey. "Temperature failure," she said. "You did better than most." I stepped outside to clear my head. Faye was returning, nodding briefly before moving on. I wanted to tell her what happened, but she seemed rushed. In my car, I tried to process the thrashing, the fluid. Then, a tap on my window startled me. A woman stood there, hood up, a gun in her trembling hand. "Get out," she said. "You're helping me find my brother." Her name was Tessa, and her brother, Caleb, had vanished after working at Silver Strand. "His car's still here," she said, showing a photo of Caleb with a wolf tattoo. "He was scared of this place." "It's dangerous," I whispered. "You need to leave." "I don't care," she said, gun to my back. We approached the entrance, but Faye appeared, cigarette lit. "Drop it," she said calmly. Tessa wavered. "Caleb's gone." I knew Caleb, Faye said. He broke protocol during maintenance. What happened? Tessa screamed. Before Faye could answer, Gideon Holt, a massive security chief, tackled Tessa, disarming her. Trespasser, Faye said. Took us hostage. Go home, Gideon told me. Authorities are handling it. Tessa's cries echoed as I left, guilt churning. At noon, Faye texted, 7-Eleven on Cedar. 20 minutes. Come alone. In her car, Faye looked drained. Tessa's gone, she said. Like Caleb. What are they doing? I asked. Silver Strand isn't just logistics, she whispered. They call it the Loom's art. They build things. I saw inside a container once. Parts, some alive. Alive? They ship them between facilities. Cold keeps them dormant. Warm them up, they move. We have to tell someone. They've got connections, Faye said. Police, officials. You'd disappear. She pushed me out. Forget this. Survive. Part 3, The Final Night. I couldn't sleep after Faye's revelations. Her words, parts, some alive, looped in my mind, mingling with Tessa's desperate pleas. I drove to work, dread pooling in my stomach. Faye's truck was in the lot, but the warehouse felt emptier than ever. I grabbed the manifest, seeing a truck already at the dock. Alone, I decided to act normal, hoping to uncover something. At the loading bay, the black truck waited, loaded with those haunting containers. The silence was deafening, no Faye, no Clara. Just me and the boxes. A plan formed, I'd move one to a camera-blind spot near cold storage. If I could peek inside without being seen, I might understand what Silver Strand was hiding. I wheeled a container to the shadowed corner, my hands trembling. The display read -18 degrees Celsius, dormant, per protocol. I searched for latches, finding recessed ones along the seam. Each clicked open easily, my heart pounding with every sound. I expected alarms, but there was only silence. I lifted the lid. The stench hit first, chemical, like a morgue, mixed with rot. The container was filled with amber fluid, nearly frozen, suspending a man in his 30s. His face was frozen in terror, but his body was wrong, his left arm ended in a metallic framework, etched with glowing patterns. His chest was hollowed, filled with tubes and components. Below, a lattice of ceramic and metal formed grotesque limbs. I recoiled, nearly dropping the lid. Then, his eyes snapped open, blue, human, tracking me. His mouth opened, a silent scream trapped in the fluid. He was conscious. I slammed the lid shut, hands shaking, and wheeled the container to cold storage, my mind reeling. How many were trapped like this? In cold storage, I found a chained-off section marked "Authorized Security Only." Beyond, silver-tagged containers stood, one with its lid ajar. A hand protruded, bearing a wolf tattoo, Tessa. I opened it wider, revealing her suspended in amber, her body untouched but labeled, dissident, processing pending. Her eyes opened, pleading. I couldn't free her. Clara's voice called me to Bay C. An ornate truck waited, carrying a silver container. Ms. Drace, a skeletal woman in a tailored coat, stepped out. Nathan, she said, her voice like frost. You've been curious. She opened the container, revealing a half-formed figure, part human, part construct, its single eye staring. We craft perfection, she said. You'll join our work. The figure lunged, injecting me with amber fluid. As I collapsed, Faye appeared, injecting adrenaline. 4 minutes to maintenance, she said, pulling me up. We ran, but mannequins emerged, their buzzing deafening. Crates collapsed, blocking the exit. I hit the intercom, disrupting their movements. We stole a truck, crashing through the fence, escaping as mannequins swarmed. At dawn, Faye gave me cash and vanished. I've been hiding in a Twin Falls motel, but last night, a package arrived. Inside was skin with a wolf tattoo, Tessa's. A note read, "Dear Nathan. The Loom's art values its assets. Tessa has woven a fine thread. We'll meet again soon. Yours. LD." They're watching. I can't escape. But I'll find a way to stop them, or vanish trying.